Good morning. Good morning. How are we doing? How are we doing? Got me some regular good old water. Nothing crazy today. If you guys are members of the other channel, you know that I'm going to drink some weird shit beginning the show. Last week I had Malta. I don't know if you guys know what Malta is. Malta is like a Spanish, Puerto Rican, Dominican drink, unfermented beer. It's pretty gross, but it's not alcoholic. Actually, there is a little bit of alcohol in it, but not like beer. YouTube Corrupt in the house. How you guys doing? And James DeYoung became a Bitcho level member. Appreciate you very much. I put up the link in case you want to become a member. It's the first comment on this chat. So scroll all the way back, look up, and I think that's for mobile signups for becoming a member. KC526 way back in the day got me that link, and I made sure that it was put up there nicely. I don't know where she's at. Hopefully she's doing good. Que vaya con Dios. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So what are we gonna talk about today? A little bit of peasant shit. We're gonna talk about a little bit of peasant shit, but I do have to mention that Manuel Gomez did finally lose a race. He went to Louisiana. He raced champ. Champ. What's like there's son in California, and then there's champ over in Louisiana. Manuel gave champ. Nah, man, it's you champ. My God. He gave him 4 cars and the hit. He owns a naturally aspirated Camaro to the 8th. So, you know, it's going to be an uphill battle, but Manuel did lose that race. It was up and he paid up and he took it like a champ, you know, but I appreciate him setting up that kind of hype around racing. That's what is needed nowadays. There's a lot of guys that are beefing, a lot of guys that are not willing to race each other, that are in the racing game. I don't give 2 fucking shits. A lot of people have called me out. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? Like, well, who the fuck are you? Like, if we're at a track, we just happen to be at a track and we just happen to line up, fine. But setting it up, that's just not my game, because too many games are played that way. But shout out to Manuel Gomez. Shout out to you champ, for winning that race. And yeah, so he took the loss like a man, and he just keeps on trucking, and he's going to keep calling people out and doing what he does. A little F-150, little baby, doing real good. So shout out to Manuel Gomez. Shout out to his channel. Shout out to Aldo Weld's channel, and Mexico Racing League's channel. They finally put twin turbos on their own little Mamalona. It's a Mamalona, which is a Chevy half ton twin turbo stock bottom end, and they put a cam in it and an intake, and they'll see what it can do. So once they get a whopping 650 horsepower and the rod chucks out of the bitch, they're gonna realize just take the Ford chip, but it's someone with a stock bottom end with fucking 2s. John Force put a stock bottom end LS in his Top Fuel funny car, because apparently that's like the best bottom end ever built in history. I like how people say stock block. Again, guys, a block is bare. A short block is rods and pistons and a crank, and a long block has cylinder heads, crank, rods, and pistons. Fuck me. Oh, stock block. Blit, blit. Like they blit. Oh, well, how fast can you go to split, blit? What the fuck's wrong with you? 4 cars in the hit to the 8th, and he gave him that win. Yeah, but you know, that's the race he gave him. That's the race he gave him. Alex, you see the situation, Coyote? Well, situation Plaid now. The car is a monster. Guys, the Tesla Model S Plaid has gone a verified 925 at 153. Hate all you want. Who gives a shit? Nobody wants to really kind of give props to a sedan that goes 9.2 at a track and 9.3. I've seen multiple draggy hits on the street. The Model S Plaid going 9.3 on the street. Who goes 9.3 on the street? Model S Plaid does. Do you imagine going to a cash days with your Model S Plaid and fucking everybody up? Dude, like at the track, it's not that impressive when you think about it, right? But when you think about the fact that of what it is, it's an engineering miracle. It's an engineering miracle. It's soulless. Sounds good. It's faster than anything you've ever built, buddy. You don't watch F1? What? I don't watch F1. Who the fuck watches F1? F1 to me was cool when they had, what was it, the screaming V12s, I think it was. Man, that was so cool. I think it was the V12, but I don't know shit about it. I'm not a fanboy. To me, watching F1 is technologically awesome, but crazy boring to me. Crazy boring. Josh Bergman says, hello, Bettina Performance in the house. Garrett Smith. We got the Goblin. We got Alex Parra, Douglas Gonzalez. HPJ Performance in the house. I'm surprised. I don't know who has this account. I don't know if it's Samir, Salah, or is it Mike? I'm surprised if it's Mike. I'm surprised you didn't stop long enough texting Junior on Facebook to be able to say hi to me on this show. But hey, shout out to you guys. You guys do great work. If you guys need any work done, where are you guys? Fucking Illinois or some shit? I don't know. I don't know where the hell you guys. I mean, let me look up HPJ. I don't want to. I got to put some respect on that name. Oh, I got a new keyboard. Fuck me. I don't know what the fucking shit. HPJ Performance. And according to this, it says it's in Belleville, Illinois. So if you guys want some of the best work done by the Mustang experts of Illinois, go to HPJ Performance. Also, they work on demons. So if you're a man and have money and you want to get your demon fucked with, they know how to do it. I think they currently fuck with the quickest and fastest demon anywhere, if I'm not mistaken. Evan Smith said that electric Mustang went 8.1 in the quarter. Oh, but it's soulless. I'd rather have a Cobra Jet that runs 840. Oh, fuck that. I'd rather have a Cobra Jet that runs 850. I am blown away by the argument that people say, hey, Alex, I don't care if it's faster. It has no soul. What a stupid fucking argument you have. So are there Fox body? It's like, are there leftover Fox body guys out there that are holding out hope that Ford is going to come out with like the notchback retro look or something? Like, look, it's over. Where is it? It's over. It's over. It's over.
It's over,
it's
Johnny.
Over.
It's over.
It's over.
Nothing is over.
That's it.
Nothing.
Oh,
You just don't turn it
I'd
off.
rather have my carved B-Cam 650 Holly double pumper than a 9-second sedan that I can drive anywhere. What is wrong with people? It'll run 8 downhill. What up, Alex? Good morning. Good morning. Checking in for that intake manifold, EPA, and Tesla talk. I like it. Fox Body and Freedom. So it says, Alex, I have a 76 millimeter on a 351 Windsor. See, I was just talking about this. On 3 behind a Walbro 450. Do you think an 86 or a 96 AR housing would be better for the street, aiming for 650 rural horsepower? This is one of those occasions that I will absolutely admit, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because I don't know shit about turbos, and I will not speak out of my asshole. Oh, Alex doesn't know shit about cars. Look, talk to me about blowers. Talk to me about camshafts on Coyotes. Talk to me all that stuff. But when it comes to turbo and Fox body stuff, I never really got into that game. Never really got into the game. The turbo sizing and everything, I'm just like, I'm green to it. So you can talk to an actual turbo guy, and he'll be best to answer that question. Because I honestly, not only do I not know, if I do get into it, then what? You go down the fucking rabbit hole, because the vehicles that I have at least fit a specific class, right? I have a 6R80 supercharged Mustang, so that weighs 3,500 pounds with me in it. So that means I can fit into many classes with that car. The moment I put a 75, 80, or twin turbos in it, the only thing I can run is like pro classes or I'm literally going against cars that run 4s in the 8th or maybe quicker. So at least my cars fit a certain class, and I am not, I've always been a proponent, if you're going to go racing, to build a car to fit a class. And a lot of people just go, well, I'm going to put a twin turbo Coyote, da-da-da-da-da, and the only thing you can run is Billy badass classes where you're pitted up against 7 and 8 second cars. And you're like, I got no shot. Right, your twin turbo 850 Mustang that weighs 4,000 pounds can only fit certain classes. And if you're a Texas 2K, they outlaw you from heavyweight classes, even though if your car meets all of the criteria, just because it's a Mustang. Shout out to Texas 2K for the dumbest rules on the planet when it comes to that stuff. Specifically, anyway. Street Car Takeover at ZMAX was sold out from what I hear. Awesome time to be into CAS. No, what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah, but I heard Streetcar Takeover is a big thing, especially up that way. Good for them. Hopefully they continue their success, and I hope they bring awareness to it. That's the other thing I was thinking. How many videos have you seen that 1320 video? The big channels. I'm talking the racing channels. Because, you see them talk about social media. How many of the big racing channels have you seen dedicate not just one video, not just two video, multiple videos on the awareness campaign of the EPA? They talk all this shit on Instagram. They talk all this shit on Facebook. But when it comes to what makes them money, this right here, they are out to lunch. Not even close. Watch a Tesla SUV run 12.0 in the heat yesterday at SET and gap a turbo Civic with slicks. It doesn't matter the heat. The heat don't matter. Elevation doesn't matter. Your Tesla runs 9.2 at sea level than it does up in the fucking Mount Kilimanjaro. It doesn't care about elevation. Doesn't care about anything. It is electric. Mach-E Blue Edition 9.0 quarter mile. Ha ha ha. People would lose their mind. Imagine Ford starts sending out updates on these Mach-E's and all of a sudden the performance is really, really ramped up. And people are going to go, holy shit. And it is all legal. It's all legal. Like if the world was to just go fully electric tomorrow, I'm okay with it. I mean, it sucks and I like my gas vehicles, but I'm just going to go fuck with the fastest electric shit that's out there. I don't care how it happens. I don't care if we somehow invent flying cars. I want the fastest flying car. Like I don't care if they take something away from me as long as what they give me is better, in my opinion. Can I lock out the intake runner on my 16 F-150 using Lund, or did EPA nix that? The EPA is like not really an emissions. I mean, if you think about it, yes and no. It's mostly idle quality, not necessarily emissions. But you can lock out your IMRCs, and we are not disabling anything that has to do with what kind of emissions it puts out. So you can lock out your IMRC as far as I know, because we are not tampering with emissions components. And I think what they think is mostly catalyst, cat stuff, EGR. I think those are the key words when it comes to that stuff. Ooh, shade of 2K. Look, 2K deserves a lot of shade. It's a great organization. It's a great event. But what happens is when you make 1,000-mile trek and you have nothing but a horrific experience, and then if you meet certain rules, they go, well, we didn't mean to include Mustangs. Why are you excluding Mustangs? Don't call it the heavyweight class. Call it the anything but a Mustang class. At least that's honesty. Or say the sedan class. Okay, then Mustangs can't fit that. But when you say it's a 4,000 weight limit class and trucks enter, heavy Mustangs enter, Chargers, Challengers, and CTSVs, you should be happy about that. And I think people were secretly thrilled that John Jr. Spun on one of the hits. Oh, thank God, because if that Mustang would have won it, there would have been an uproar. Because John's Mustang was an 8.6 car, and it just lost traction going down the track on one of the runs versus a CTSV, and people were happy. Could you imagine that? Mustang shops, Mustang tuners, Mustang people were not happy were not happy that there was a Mustang in that class that weighed 4,000 pounds and ran a better number that they can build. And they were happy that the car spun and didn't proceed. They were actually secretly thrilled. Could you imagine owning a Mustang and rooting against a Mustang just because you're salty because you can't do it? Oof, what a world we live in. Hey, El Bicho, says Scott Andrews. Talking about 10R80 problems, took the Explorer ST due to surging, shifting hard or decel. Looks like a valve body, or they're replacing the whole tranny. 4,000 miles. My F-150 clunks, bangs, flares, stock. So anyone out there that tells me 10R80 is King Daddy, drive a stock one. And you're going to go, this is a piece of shit. A tremendous piece of shit. Patrick Lynch says, morning, peasants. Andrew Slot says, seeing the electric Cobra Jet hit 8.1. Pretty impressive. Watch it go. You know how much they're throttling that car back? Do you know that car can absolutely blaze the tires anytime it wants, at any moment it wants? I think the limitation is probably the transmission, because it is a 400 if I'm not mistaken. And they're basically power managing that car all the way down the track, especially in the front half. If you see some of the testing videos of that car, it would blaze the tires like cord ripping, shredding. And I'm like, Jesus, until they figured out the power management. And they had to make the torque curve not like an electric motor torque curve. They basically, the torque curve, I think, mimicked a electric motor until they, got some grip and got down the track. And then they were able to give it, the full send mode. But imagine, because it is a Cobra Jet, it has slicks and all that stuff. Imagine you give it that drag radial prep and that drag radial crazy separation that some of these RVW, some of these X275 cars can do. Limited, these crazy praying mantis looking separation with 4-foot extension. It's ridiculous. If that Mustang got that kind of treatment on the suspension with the drag radial on drag radial prep, 770s, 760s is not a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. 1320 doesn't like Mustangs. That's the other thing about 1320, right? 1320 video, in my opinion, only when their boy got hit, which again, I don't want anyone to get hit, but only when their boy got hit did they care. I guarantee there was like backrooms snickering of like, stupid Mustang owners got hit by the EPA. What a fucking dumb, I probably ran into a crowd. Oh, an RB26 TT Elemental P? Oh, look at that Honda Civic. Oh, oh, my boy got hit. Oh, wait. Now you care? Interesting. So every single time I see like Kyle or all those guys, I like the other guy, the guy with the big beard. He's cool as fuck. Like, he's like a nice guy. All the other guys seem to have a bit of a, I don't want to say a bias, but obviously Mustangs are, very popular and they really roll out and they do a good job and they're everywhere. People are shoving 2Js in them. And I like how the only way they show Mustang on the channel is if it has an LS or if it has a 2J in it, because that's it. That's to say, that's the only thing that makes this Mustang cool. Not the geometry, not the suspension, not the weight, not the look. Because let's just be honest, Fox body Mustangs rule drag strips. They rule drag strips based on the suspension configuration, the wheelbase, the look, the packaging. So at the end of the day, you're looking at a Ford product, right? Yes, the power plant can be made whatever, a Barra, a 2J, I don't care, an LS, I don't really care. But when you have a legitimate fast Coyote, like Senior owns the most badass 6R80 Mustang ever. He owns two of the absolute most badass 6R80s Mustangs ever built. The Grey Goose has the most Billy badass 6R80s ever built on the planet. Has been almost 190, has been 740s. Nobody knows about it. And it's there. It's at all the events. It's at all the shows. It's at all the big boy shit. They'd rather look at a Lambo that runs 790s and does wheelies than a Billy badass A to B passing every freaking day Ford transmission. That car has the Ford transmission record, not 6R80, Ford transmission record. Crickets. But their boy gets hit by EPA. All of a sudden they give a shit. All of a sudden there's awareness. All of a sudden it's like, what are you going to do? I get it. It's their channel. They can cover whatever they want, but I can also critique you however the fuck I want. Kyle Brandon says, all Kyles ruined my name. Exactly. There was more shit about his dumbass Corvette than a 740 Coyote car. Good morning, King Bitcho, says Ashley Fox. You still don't want this, Bitcho. How you doing? How's the Bradenton area? Is their page not sure what the problem is? They post what they feel gets to view. Hey, Nick, and this is my page, and I feel that I can critique anyone for whatever fucking reason I want, Nick. So the fact that you're criticizing my channel, my show, about critiquing another channel while defending the other one's right to do whatever they want, it's a little silly, isn't it, buddy? Good morning for everybody, but gutted tin can, no hood boys, instance boys. So I put out a post the other day on Instagram, just making a joke. We were talking shit on the group chat at Lund Racing, and I put out something I thought was kind of funny because I've seen some of these intakes. Kind of make their way around, the hood. Where the fuck is my profile? There we go. So I made a post. And it was basically this one right here. Let me go 1080 monitor right here. It says, introducing the highest flowing cold air intake ever invented, according to every max effort NA Mustang owner. Hashtag La Trompeta, hashtag max effort, hashtag FBO equals ported 18 Manny, FBO, fully bolted on. And then I hit up Sofia Vergara and Famke Fatale. But yeah, there's a MAF sensor and there's a trumpet. Now, a lot of people think, well, it works, it works. Actually, it doesn't work. Let's be honest. What you're doing is you're destroying the MAF signal, which is fine. But don't be surprised when the car doesn't fuel properly. Like, it might feel fast, but then you look at the data and you're like, this thing is the most turbulent MAF signal on the planet. There's a reason Ford spent probably what? Millions of dollars developing their cold air intake system for their cars. The way they designed it was not just for packaging, but for signal quality, emissions, a whole bunch of other reasons. So when you stick a trumpet at the end of the bitch, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. And what happens is we say, hey, the MAF signal is skewed. Well, can you fix it in the tune? I cannot fix how the MAF signal samples the air. I can't fix that. I can't hide it. I can't smooth it out. So an indirect source, as best you can, is the best way. Now, people say Camaros have no issue doing that. There's speed density. Most are speed density. You can switch. I'm sure you can switch from turning the MAF off. On Mustangs, you can't turn the MAF off. Now, that setup might work well on a F-150. A trumpet style intake might work well on an F-150 because it's speed density and it has a MAP sensor in the intake manifold. So for Mustangs, it's not going to be a good time. Bro, everybody doesn't like Lund. 1320, that racing channel, and other drag racing channels avoid Lund Mustangs like crazy. How many times does that racing channel talk about Lund cars? There are a shitload of Lund cars here. Shitload of Lund cars here. How many times have you seen that racing channel reach out to a Lund customer? Hell, I'm a Lund guy and I'm in Florida. You could tell. Now, I don't associate with them that much because they're tight with a company that I don't like at all. So that's fine. But on their own, how many times have you seen them hit up a Lund tuned Billy Badass car? And there's a shitload in this state. They don't. Apparently, YouTube Anti-Corrupt is literally not doing his job. So I'll do his job for him. Oh my God. My God. See, YouTube Corrupt is just slacking. I'm gonna have to take his badge away. There we go. He gone. How much horsepower until I have to upgrade my fuel system on a Gen 2 F-150 Coyote 6R80? Look, if you have a stock fuel pump and a dense fuel like C16 or stuff like that, that's gonna be enough to support close to 800 or more rear-wheel horsepower. Ethanol is when you're going to have to upgrade your fuel system, and depending on the amount of ethanol, like the percentage and boost. So if you go boost and ethanol, you got to upgrade your fuel system. Someone says Street Racing Channel sucks. It's not great. I mean, wait, Street Racing Channel? Which one's Street Racing Channel? Oh, that's that kid with the truck? Dude, I can't watch that channel. He's a nice guy, whatever, but I can't watch that channel. Power by the Hour, Turbo S150 running it? No, sir. He has a thing called a job and a business. So that is just back burner stuff there is no fucking rush to get anything out. It is his personal truck, and whenever he feels like working on it, you'll get an update. He doesn't care about selling that product. He is just making tons of bank with the Coyote Swap game, so he's going to concentrate on that. That's just stuff when he has some time. 1320 posted one of Lund's videos on Instagram, and they didn't even tag you guys. Yes, they actually posted a intro of the Blue Goose doing a big wheelie, slamming down and cocking the tires. No mention, no nothing. But let anyone with a Honda not make a pass, but make it look like you know how many videos I've seen where all they do is struggle. They can't get the car running. They jump the car, and then the weekend was an ultimate failure. I'm like, really? I get it. If you have a bias, that's fine. But be transparent about your bias. Be transparent about your bias. Don't go out there going, oh, we don't know anything about no fast coyotes. Just be transparent about your bias. And don't be a nut rider for the EPA clout. I know what they're doing. They're quiet. And only when someone like them or someone close to them get hit do they even talk about it. don't ever tell me that 1320 video is influential. Because if they were influential, they would be out there at the forefront of this stuff. Don't tell me they're influential. They just show videos of cars going down the track and they have a bias towards one or the other. Like when I see a Skyline or a GTR, I go, nice car. Those guys jizz in their pants. They jizz in their pants. Kyle has some sort of voodoo towards Mustangs. TRC is Family Dollar 1320 video. Oof, geez, I didn't say that. You said that, Juan Resendez. Hunter Walker says, seems like Kyle from 1320 doesn't like the amount of Mustangs that we're running at SCT. Yeah, he goes, fucking Mustangs. But let him be two Jay-Z's. Let him be two Jay-Z's. He is sucking their dick. Sucking their dick. At SCT in North Carolina, I guarantee way over 50% of the cars there were Mustangs. Prove me wrong. And I didn't even see the video or coverage. Prove me wrong that there were more than 50% Mustangs at SCT in North Carolina. I don't know, North Carolina? Excuse me. Or hood exits. Odin GT350, basic kit from VMP, says Nick Vasquez. 56s, dual BAPs. Can I run 85 with the addition of bigger injectors? With the fuel system as it is, or should I go full fuel system? You can run twin BAPs on a GT250, but you're only able to push out about 10 or 11 pounds. No higher than that. No higher than that. I remember when you made an appearance on 1320 video, Alex, back in the VMP days. I had to act like a clown. Why? Because I was there representing VMP, right? I was there representing VMP, and my job to represent VMP was to get them known, get them shown on the map. So the guy with the Viper just happened to be looking for a truck to race, and I was there with the VMP F-150, and some guy's like, hey, you want to run a Viper? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, can you talk about it? I'm like, yeah. And then I said, what do you want? You want asshole Alex, aka YOLO douchebag, or do you want me? Because I'm boring. And he's like, whatever you want. And I'm like, well, I'm working for VMP. You want to get views. You want to get them known. So I was like, here you go. Fuck it. And I gave him some of the stuff, it's just some of the characteristics of a douchebag, and they loved it. They loved it, ate it up, and people might have hated me on that video. That's okay. My job was to have VMP get represented because I worked for VMP. But on a personal basis, on a personal tip, I would have been like, nah, I'm good. Thank you. See you later. Any one of those N-Gauges back there for sale? No, sir. They're all for my vehicles. I got 2 more N-Gauges because I got 5 cars, and they're all mine. Thank you, though. Appreciate that. JSE Decker says, on a 15 to 17 F-150, the fuel pump is only good for about 700 horsepower on pump gas, 14 plus stoic fuel. On 18 F-150s have higher flow and fuel pump and can support roughly 800 horsepower on 14.0 stoic fuel. That's incorrect, because I've seen C16 equipped with a boosted pump, Gen 2s, be way into the 700s, like way into the 700s. I still wouldn't support 800 on a Gen 3, and I think the difference is the DI and the PI versus the fuel pump itself. I think the fuel pump is probably a little better, but I don't think it's that much better. But I think it's mostly having to do, but don't quote me on that, on the fuel pump stuff. I haven't torn one apart because I literally don't care. I've been to several SCT events here in Texas and Oklahoma. Mustangs are everywhere. No wonder he doesn't show up. Good morning. How are you, Alex? No show last night. Must be super busy. Busy man. Saturdays are becoming a day that I get a lot of stuff done, not only for this channel, but other channels and just general life. So I don't think I'm going to do any Saturday night shows anymore. Andy L says, Alex, after studying your red car since I'm a broke peasant, I finally got my 16-stick car into 11.9 last night. Crappy 1.7 60 foot, 7.78, only NA car doing at my local track. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good in my opinion. 11.9 on a stick S550 is NA, which probably has minor mods. There's nothing to poo-poo. It's actually pretty impressive. Other than 10-speed autos. Okay, what's a better platform to build a drag car? S197 or Fox Body? Fox Body. By far. The Fox Body is lighter. By far. Like hundreds of pounds lighter. So if you can get yourself into a notch, that's going to be the lightest one. Then you risk of looking like every other notch. It's very difficult to stand out and be different. Same thing with S197. S197s are becoming the new generation Fox Body because there's so many of them. Parts are plentiful. They're not light, but they come with a Coyote, so they don't have to be light. To build a Fox Body, I'm saying a dedicated drag car, you run the risk of just being like a gray sedan. You ever go to Publix, you ever go to Target or anything, come out and look for your gray sedan, And there's Corollas, Camrys, Accords. You're like, I don't know where the fuck my car is. You get lost in the crowd. And when you build a Fox body, unless it is super clean, it's very difficult to stand out. Well, a cam lobe tune on the Pro Charger setup, some of them, Ernie Montalvo, some of them, we'd have to try some stuff. Not 11 to 12. 11 to 12, we don't have any boosted cam lobe tune. 11 to 12. 13, 14, the operating system was a little more stable, and we're able to make it chop, depending on your application, but not all applications. Just bought a Gen 2 truck. Engine would be worth to put cams while I'm putting Gen 1 timing components in. Why are you putting Gen 1 timing components in a Gen 2 truck? Oh, truck engine. Yeah, if you're gonna tune it with a Coyote operating system, like a Mustang operating system, like a Ford Racing control pack, you got the cams out. Might as well upgrade the cams. Get some Comp Cam Stage 3s or Comp Cam Stage 3s, and you should be good to go. Joseph Jarasek says, I'm excited to finally have my car done. July 8th, Paxton 2200, CJ on a 14 stick. Wow, what a combo. Excuse me. Mini Bike Madman says, my uncle ordered a new notchback back in the day. You could order those things up nice from Ford. You could order them with no electronics, powered manual doors, no AC. You could order them gutted, and they'd come to your door like at 3,100 pounds. Bought my Fox body for $1,700 delivered from Hialeah. Here we are, $25,000 later. You bought a car in Hialeah? You bought a car in Hialeah. There is a 85 Mustang on Facebook right now that I am eyeballing like this. I'm like, ooh, if I get rid of two of my cars, I'm going to get me a Fox. But the problem is it's in Miami. And you know Miami cars are chopped in half. Fuck all that. Hunter Walker says, God forbid they cover a Coyote car and actually give it some props after it drags those simple setup LS cars. I think every time someone covers a Coyote vehicle, right, they go, oh, that engine is huge. Well, physically, the heads are big. Yeah. But have you guys picked up a Coyote block? You can go, just throw it across the room. Tiny. They don't say that. They don't care about that. They don't care about bore and stroke. They don't care about any of that stuff. They just go, the engine is fucking huge, man. Yeah, so many chains. And now that Motion Raceworks has a Coyote swap notch, watch them all of a sudden start understanding how it works, understanding the benefits, understanding that you don't even got to fuck with the cams on those cars to make 1,000 wheel. And all of a sudden, people are going to start going, you know, this Coyote is pretty badass. I don't have to do shit on the Gen 2 Coyote except that boost in E85, and the bitch makes 1,000. But then people say, well, what about stock LS bottom ends? Bottom ends. Cam, heads, springs. You got to open up the motor to make any decent power. You can't just shove boost in E85 in it and have it make power. Coyotes can. That's why I'm a big fan. Alex, sent you a log on my Heads Cam 350 last night. Car not making what it thought it should. Only did 505 on E85 on a dyno jet. Confused. Okay, Angie Nichols, are we tuning it? If I'm not going to look at it, I'm not going to look at any logs on my personal email. That's just not how I roll. Mini Mac Bama, but it's a stock block car, yo. Bought a treadmill a couple days ago. First step in shedding some tents in the quarter mile. Yeah, some people, like I go to tracks and I feel kind of sad sometimes. Like I'm a heavy guy, but I'm not a out of shape guy. And I see some guys that just let themselves go. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Some people wake up, if they shower, eat like fucking all this crap, and just go to the garage and work on their cars. And they think because they sweat in the garage that that's enough. And then they're at a track with a monster gut and pants falling because you have no ass. And the whole life that I'm strong because I go to the garage and wrench on my car. Oh, I need a bunch of food and starch and rice and sodas and beer because I changed the spark plugs on my car. Changing the spark plugs on your car probably burn 90 calories. Maybe 80. Maybe 80, 90. That's it. Then you replenish 2,500 calories worth of shit for the spark plugs that you changed. Thinking in your head, well, yep, I sweated out a bunch of pounds changing my spark plugs. Fuck, crazy. Patina Performer says, I was 14, bro. Sold my dirt bike, running, driving, clapped out 5.0 5-speed LX hatch. Kobe or Kabi Coyote. Look, don't touch with your grease fingers. Leave the blue goose alone. Treat it like a meeting. Alice Cooper, Wayne's World. We're not worthy. I don't know what the fuck he just said. I ordered my Weld V Racing Series and wondering if I should do wheel spacers or not. I don't know. Depends on fitment. I don't know shit about dudes. And I'm like, God damn it, guys. If you guys took your health, I know this sounds stupid on this chat. If you guys took your health half as serious as you take your car, and understand that it correlates. If you lose, you know how hard it is to lose 50 pounds off a Mustang that's already gutted? Let's say you already got a gutted Mustang. It's gutted to death. There is no other weight reduction you can do. Where's the other weight reduction that can take place? Your 300-pound ass can lose some weight. Last night, I've seen a 80 Mercury Zephyr station wagon, tub, Paxton, 427, small SMF, killer potato cam, and the fake wood grain intact car is badass. Cool story. Cool story. Got to go change my starter recommendation on high output starters. If it's a Coyote, no, just stock starters fine. You don't need anything better unless that's just like an inside joke. Alex coming in a little too high power. Eric Vega goes, people hate how fast the Coyote goes with little effort. Went from 13.2 to 11.45 on my car, still NA and still a peasant. And then, you know, I knew the newer Gen Camaros, the 10 or 80 ones, they roll. They're fast, legit. A cold air intake, E85, and some weight reduction, and exhaust, and those things legit move. I was at the track, and I was racing one consistently, and he was right there each time on my red car. And he's like, "What the fuck's done to your car?" And I told him, and he's like, he was kind of like, and I'm like, "What?" And he had a pump gas header car with cats. And he was right there with me the whole time. And he was the newest Camaro. And it was a nice car. And I said, you shouldn't feel bad. He goes, yeah, but you know, this thing should roll cars like yours. And I'm like, not necessarily. Maybe stock. Yeah, but not necessarily. Instant center and anti-squat dialed in on my nitrous S197. What a difference hooking on asphalt. Right. Once you start really taking your car suspension to the next level, meaning instant center, anti-squat, everything legit, separation, right bar angle, right shock settings, it will change your life. I was watching Murder Nova's build on this other guy's YouTube channel, and he talked about how the chassis had bite built into it. And he goes, we were having trouble going left all the time. So once he figured out the chassis stuff, everything was good. But you can build bite into a chassis. You know, it's all about how hard you slam that tire onto the ground. I was joking about the starter, but still got to go change it. Eric Vega said, that's my life right now. Trying to cut weight in my car without going crazy. Guess who's going to try to lose 40 pounds now? Get back to 170. Wow, so you're 210 now? 170 is light. Holy shit. I don't think I'd ever be in the ones again. I think the lowest I can get is 205 before my face starts to look like an Ethiopian face. It's not a good look. CP says, I'm putting a Gen 3 F-150 engine in a 78 Bronco. Am I going to like the power? Yeah, but don't get stupid, right? Like, don't get stupid. Like, don't start thinking that because you have a 78 Bronco, you have to do things to the engine as if the engine is a 78. Meaning, throw the Gen 3 in there, a regular ass cold air, and just drive the fucking thing. Don't start going, well, should I throw a different throttle body in it? Or should I throw cams in it? Shh. Put the engine in and just drive it. Like, don't overthink shit. A lot of people put an engine in an old car and they go, well, it deserves a BBK throttle body, BBK shorty. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, you ruined it. Just get the Lethal Performance BAS. I don't know what the BAS is. I don't know what a BAS. What's a BAS? Hey Alex, I have to replace my rear shocks in my 15 stick. What do you recommend to get? Eminem, are you drag racing it? I mean, I would recommend some Vikings, to be honest with you. If you're racing it, if you're not racing it, stock replacement. I don't know what suspension you got, tire. I don't know what application it is. I don't get too fancy with shocks. My red car has bone stock shocks front and rear and EcoBoost springs front and rear. Bone freaking stock. The Killdozer team. I was always willing to be reasonable until I had to be unreasonable. I watched it again yesterday. I watched Tread on Netflix, or Netflix, was it Prime? And you know, that is one guy. Now, we talked about the EPA stuff and what's going to happen. What's going to have to happen for the EPA to back off? Well, someone's going to have to be some kind of martyr. I'm not saying they got to physically die. I'm saying someone's going to have to fall on the sword. I really don't want to be that guy. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to be the guy because every single time somebody stands up for something, that person doesn't benefit from that. You know what I mean? Like that person doesn't benefit from their sacrifice. Right? This person, he didn't benefit from his sacrifice, but I guarantee nobody in that town is going to ever fuck with a welder ever again. Ever. Oh, you want to hook up to the sewer? We got you. You want an easement? Oh, here's an easement. I will physically bring the pipe to your garage and hook it up myself. I'm sorry. One guy with a welder turned a whole town upside down. So with the EPA stuff, there's only a couple of companies willing to fight. I appreciate that PFI Speed is bringing attention to it. I hope that they can not only push the agenda, but benefit from it. But at the end of the day, someone like a Corey Willis who has sacrificed probably millions of dollars and no one knows about it will not benefit from his sacrifice. If Lund Racing gets popped and they said, yo, you guys got this crazy fine and we sacrifice and we go to bat and we fall on the sword, we won't benefit. Who will? All the quiet motherfuckers. All the quiet bitch ass, pussy ass, fuck boy motherfuckers that didn't say anything. If you're a company in the performance and racing industry and you are not publicly shouting from the rooftops, fuck this, let's get after it, overreach, you're probably waiting for someone like a Lund or like a PFI Speed to fall on the sword so that you can benefit. They're playing the long game. It's crazy. It's crazy how it is. You stand up to this administration and you get the finger. If you're not building a dedicated drag car, spend a little more and get the Bilsteins. Okay, he's not wrong. Michael Holmes says, Portia and Simon got married and Chloe looking for a new man and Britney Spears comes to her senses and Sean Kingston, teen women pregnant in Canada. Okay. And had 7 children. You're so jealous. Okay. Whatever the fuck that means. There's a noticeable quality. All started with them diesels, bros. Look, they didn't help the situation because according to SEMA and PRI, doing burnouts on video, rolling coal, and all that stuff is a gift to the EPA. Thank you for letting us know you're trifling and we're going to visit you. So if you're out there doing burnouts, holding burnout contests, listen to this. I understand you guys burnout contest, like burnout contests. I understand you guys think that's cool. Stop it. Stop it. All the EPA has to do is go, hi, members of the jury. How are you? Great. Exhibit A. And it is a poster of a burnout contest, smoke, fire coming out of engines, and they can make the narrative whatever they want it to be. They'll say, we are here to stop this. We want Gaia, the planet, to live for a long time. And these people are hurting Gaia. And we're just trying to help Mother Earth heal from its fever. By no matter what science you give them, no matter the percentages of cars on the road that emit pollutants, no matter anything that happens, the EPA does a burnout contest snapshot and goes, here you go. So stop it. Really. Let's just stop the fucking dumb fucking burnout contest. The contest. If you're at a track and you do a burnout, short little sweet one, and get down the track, I got no problem with it. But if your goal is to just fucking throw it up there, and especially during this time, talk about bad timing. Oof. Local car meets in my area are like go to Ross parking lots and do burnouts and donuts and have squatted truck meets. Burnout contest with street cars with plates. Exactly. Burnout contest with a registered car with plates. And people now think takeovers and sideshows is racing. Yeah. For the person that is completely uneducated about what racing is, When they see a takeover or they stop a highway and just do donuts in every Challenger and Charger, because let's just be honest, Challengers and Chargers are only good for takeovers and sideshows. They go, we just want to stop street racing. Motherfucker, who's street racing in that video? There's nobody street racing in that video. We need another killdozer for the feds. I mean, this guy sacrificed his life because, I'm sure he was a little, but what made him go that way? What made him lose it? People fucking with him. If they left him alone, like literally left him alone, you would have never had Killdozer. Would have never had June 4th, 2004. I think it's 2004, Killdozer Day. Never would have happened if they just left him alone. Hey, Alex, I'm going to be hitting the gym here soon. I need to work on upper chest and biceps. What workout would you recommend? You never do biceps on a chest day. You never do biceps on a chest day because then what do? You do pushing exercises one day, pulling exercises a completely different day. So today, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do a flat bench. You're going to do 3 sets of 10 going up and then 3 sets of 10, or let's say 16, 14, 12. You do 16 reps, 14 reps with higher weight, 12 reps with a higher weight. And then you work your way down, pyramid. Okay, pyramid up, pyramid down. You should get about 6 total motions, 6 total sets with just flat bench. Then you move over to a flat, like a barbell press, right? Like a slight incline barbell press. You do same thing. You do, let's say 10, 12, 14, 12, 10, pyramid up, then down, depending on the weight. I don't care what happens on the weight. Then you do cable flies, upper, then lower. That's 3 movements. That's bench, incline, not barbell, dumbbell. Dumbbell, so bench, dumbbell, incline. Then you do cables up and down. And if you want to do some push-ups or dips, that's good. That's just chest. Then you go do 3 tricep movements, 3 sets of 10, 14, 12, 10, whatever you want to do. If you're saying that's too much working out, we can't hang out, bro. That's like a normal push press day. You don't do biceps and chest on the same day. It's just ridiculous. Tries and chest, exactly, Road Rage. Truth, Killdozer was pushed to that point. Back and buys, chest and tries, exactly. Back and buys. Oh, guys got it. All right, guys got it here. Every retard at the takeovers in Tampa drive Challengers, Chargers, and 350Zs. Back and buys, chest and tries, Bruce Lee. Chest and tries, back and buys, 10 or 80 legs. 10 or 80, you're right, because all you do is push one pedal with the 10 or 80 legs. That's good shit, Brian Cassette. Weighted dips too. I wouldn't do weighted dips. Nah, because some people just don't have that. Don't have that ability. I would just do your body weight and do it properly and do a lot of reps for now until you get really strong. Bicho, says George Garcia. I picked up a Mamalona 4x4, switching over from the LS World, enjoying stock for now. Needs a tune. Thoughts on the RTD since the N-Gauge is a no-go no more? Look, the tune is going to be the same. It's just the delivery device is different. If you go to Lund Racing's website, it gives you clear instructions on how to manipulate the RTD. Clear instructions with screenshots. Y'all should see Detroit with all the leased Chargers and Challengers. Jesus Muchacho, you look excited talking about gym stuff. Gym stuff is great. Look, gym, everyone needs some kind of release. Heyo. The gym provides that for me. I mean, every guy has rage inside of him. Working on your car is not an exercise. I don't care what you think, because you can put a trans up with that is not an exercise. You need to get to the gym and absolutely burn out any extra energy you have for an hour and a half, almost every day, or at least 5 times a week, in my opinion. And the benefits, because I'm 43 years old, by the time I'm 53 or 55, I want to look similar. I don't want to look like 55-year-old guys look at the track. I've seen some guys at the track, they look like absolute dog shit. And I'm like, I don't ever want to look like that. Then I see guys that are fit, get it in, get it done, they look jacked. I'm like, that's what I want to look like. So this is for longevity. And then by the time I'm, heaven forbid, 60, 70, if I make it that long, I'll have more muscle on my body and my bones will be denser because of the work I've done at the gym. So I'll be less likely to break shit. I won't be this old, decrepit guy somewhere. No, fuck that. I'm going to die working. Tampa is Charger Central. That's why I don't like Tampa. I don't like that part of Florida, like at all. It's meth houses and the beach. Hey, Alex, what's a good beach to go to a vacation down there? Florida, Miami. I live in Houston, and please don't let it be Galveston. Don't let it be like Galveston. No, Ivan, the beaches here are gorgeous. Jupiter and South, any beach. West Palm Beach on the island is popping because of the people. There's some good looking foreigners there, and it's a bougie area. So West Palm Beach, the actual beach on Palm Beach Island, is pretty baller. Juno Beach, to me, is a very laid-back beach, but massive, a huge beach. You can just have a corner to yourself. No one's going to bug you, and the water is ice blue. It is gorgeous, gorgeous water. Delray Beach is also very nice, very attractive. I wouldn't go to Fort Lauderdale Beach. There's too many bums on the beach at Fort Lauderdale Beach, and it takes away from the experience. There's a lot of fucking bums out there. Miami Beach, bitches, high-end stuff, big boats, big money, big tits, all the girls from the United States go there to get fucked by a Cuban dude. They show up and they want to get dicked down by some Latin dick. Every single weekend, you can go to Miami and get laid because some girl from Ohio thinks Miami is awesome and they can get dicked down and mimosa'd all weekend. It's not a bad look. You need Startup Lifting Channel, says Cal Brandon. I know you say you do not know everything, but you have a large amount of knowledge on it. Plus, believe it will be a good give and take. I hate that. You know why? I don't look like I should be giving lifting advice. You know what I mean? I'll think about it on top of all the other shit that I'm doing, but I'll think about it. Alex, I got a 20 GT automatic FFE and 85, made 450, 430, pretty happy. Camper here. It should be able to make a little more, but with the FFE, it should be in the 460, 470 range. What gear was it tested in? Was it tested in 6th or 7th gear? Let me know. YouTube Corrupt says, I agree with Cal Brandon. We need an Alejandro Flores, an Alejandro fitness channel. Oh my God. All right. I'll think about it. But then I need to get my own gym. I don't want to take video at LA Fitness. You know what I mean? I have to get my own gym set. That's $7,000-8,000, maybe more. Fuck, crazy. Let's talk pheasant. Let's talk pheasants though. I thought 2 or 3 people would get that. Miami got the Colombian girls. Yeah, but they're look. You can bang them, no problem. Don't get with them. Don't marry them. Don't keep them on the side. Don't get in tight with them. Don't get into their life. Don't even find out their last name if you don't have to. Dad at a private beach in Vero. Nobody was there. But that's Vero, though. It's Vero. There's barely any people in Vero. Hey, Alex, can you still drive on the beach in Daytona? Yes, you can. You pay a fee, drive on the beach. Good times. Did you see the truck meet? Oh, my God. You want to see AIDS? Full-blown 1985 AIDS. Just look up Daytona truck meet. Oh, dude. Daytona truck, whatever. It was absolute carnage and just squatted dumb shit. I mean, it was just, it's all these bro dozers and shit. And the whole town was taken over by basically American Force wheels and shitty offsets. Like it was just taken over by this. But you could drive on the beach. A lot of motherfuckers got stuck on the beach because why? Half of these trucks are not 4-wheel drive. So yeah, like if you just you could. This is what was happening like the whole time over there. This is all you were seeing. Motherfuckers getting stuck on the beach all the freaking time. So yeah, that's a nice looking truck though. But yeah, you could drive on the beach. They do the thing. Just have sound. Could you stop with the stupid filter, dude? Could you really stop with the stupid fucking filter? There, thank you. But it's Daytona, guys. Look, Daytona's whack as fuck. I understand you guys might be like, oh, Daytona's good. No, Daytona's whack as fuck. It's a meth town. It's a meth town. It sucks. It's Volusia County. Garbage. 7th gear, said Eliza's. Gotcha. So yeah, that's probably what it'll make. Yeah, I feel you, Alex. I feel the same way. Yeah, went to school for nutrition and supplementation. Gotcha. Alex is the next Coach Greg. Coach Greg? Oh, Coach Greg is great. Is that the guy that's always amped up, little guy, super jacked? But he's super jacked, and he can give you scientific data. All I can do is give you general shit, general workouts. And you're going to be like, Alex is not that jacked. And then I'm going to have somebody react, like more plates, more dates. That's a whole nother channel. And they're probably going to react to my videos. Who's this fucking poser giving lifting advice to motherfuckers? And I'm like, sorry, I'm not that fit, but the guys wanted a channel, so here you go. They just want to see Alex hot, sweaty, in short shorts. What areas would you recommend in South Florida? Do you mean to visit? Delray Beach, Atlantic Avenue. Hit up Atlantic Avenue, Delray Beach at night on the weekend. Poppin', poppin', poppin'. West Palm Beach, Clematis. West Palm Beach, City Place, not bad. Like a city cellar type of vibe. There's a nice little bar outside, TVs, music pumping, good time, good vibe, beautiful scenery. So again, Delray, Atlantic Avenue, West Palm Beach. You want to hit up Miami, like super like bougie shit and very picturesque. Brickell, but the problem with Brickell is a lot of kids are coming in and kind of ruining that. So Brickell is really nice. Las Olas in Fort Lauderdale is pretty awesome. I mean, again, you got to like to drink. You got to like to be around people. You got to like a lot of food and a lot of crazy bumping atmosphere. It's a good time. Stewart, downtown Stewart is very adult, very nice, full of many pubs, great restaurants, boutiques, pizza shops, ice cream, good time. There. That's enough to, you could do a lot with that right there. Maybe Lenny can train you, Alex. No, I'm okay. But Alex, someone with no knowledge, your general knowledge will allow people to get started. Okay, I guess I could do that. I guess I could do that. Maybe more plates, more dates. Yeah, Kyle Brandon says, I love more plates, more dates. More plates, more dates is a very well thought out guy. He's got these shoulders on him that I'm like, he is very open about his cycle. Talks about people taking stuff, not taking stuff. It's a good time. I'm half Colombian and I know Fort Lauderdale isn't the worst, but it's not as dumb as Miami. You're right. Miami is dumb. Fort Lauderdale's tolerable, especially Lauderdale by the Sea is beautiful, small, kind of like boutique-y, kind of like gives you that old Florida vibe, not too gentrified. Half my customers went to Daytona. Exactly. Daytona is such fucking trash. It's such a trash ass place. Daytona Beach it's just a big, massive place, and it has a small police force, and these trucks did like takeovers. There was fights. There was girls on back of trucks getting into fist fights. It was like White Claws all over the place. I'm good. I'm gonna pass on that shit. Now, Florida is like Little Cuba now. Not really. Florida, I like how you say Florida. South Florida, to me, has a very Spanish influence. But you don't really start seeing Cubans until you're way south of Delray. Way south of Delray. Gym knowledge and then get on the sauce, guaranteed results. I'd love that. I'd love to get on a prescribed steroid from a doctor. I don't even take Advil. So how do you think I'm going to react? And then with my luck, I'll just get gyno, which is just basically a tit. Alex reviews Florida channel while we're at it. Alex reviews, right. Let's just make channels of me like I wake up and I review my coffee. I'm going to review me drinking water. I'm like, really? You guys want just a reality show with a camera on my face? No, I'm good. Now, if the EPA has their way, yeah, you'll see some shit like that. Seventh gear, it actually made 453. Dakota said the car's really happy. Dino reading low? Yeah, Dino's reading a little low in my opinion. Ashley Fox says Daytona equals yee. Absolutely. Daytona, Spring Hill, Bradenton, you know Bradenton's yee shit. Some places around Tampa's yee shit. Like legit meth lab houses looking everywhere. Who wants to buy a clean S197 lava red car? 20,000. Hit me up. Hey, lava red, good color, rare. You can definitely get laid at the wharf in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, you can get laid down there easy. Yeah, would the solid those much jars for 69? Okay. David Jaffrey. Orale, vato loco. Buenos dias. Just curious, since you have a Shelby, are you the real Shelby Dave or the anti-Shelby Dave? Come on, David Jaffrey. I love you. Come on, stop it. It's just a fucking car. I get it. The whole Shelby Dave thing I was supposed to just make, but then I got the YOLO douchebag vibes all over again. right? I got the YOLO douchebag vibes all over again. I'm like, I don't want people knowing me as a clown. Now, I might do it in a serious way, but I'm not going to do it in a clowning sort of way. I put it out there and people are like, oh, give me more of that. I'm like, I'm not going to be a clown, but I've thought about some Shelby stuff. But again, time. I don't have time. Time is my biggest issue. I don't have time to do the things I want to do. Polk County has massive issues with meth houses. People want to watch Alex review different types of lubes. Israel M says, hello from Utah. Good morning, says Joshua Atkins. In your opinion, what's a good workout you would recommend for someone wanting to start on building muscle, especially around the core, trying to decrease back pain? The way you decrease back pain is by increasing back strength. I know it sounds counterproductive, but I've had a weak low back most of my life. Like I remember when I was a teenager, I was trying out for the baseball team and I was 13 and I pulled like both of my lower back muscles. Unbeknownst to me, it also had to do with my hamstrings. That all translates. I had super tight hamstrings. Once I got super limber, once I really started to get a stretching program in and strengthening those areas, the hamstring and the lower back, I saw differences and I avoided back injuries. Now, the best exercises, in my opinion, to strengthen core. Again, it is not aesthetically pleasing. You will never see, in my opinion, gains from deadlifting in terms of physical gains, but you'll be strong. Deadlifting a moderate weight will definitely increase all your core strength. It'll increase leg, hamstring, lower back, glute, arm, everything. It's one motion, but I wouldn't go too heavy. A lot of people fall in love with 600 plus pounds and bending the bar. In my opinion, I think you're just setting yourself up to have a back injury because I've never seen a professional bodybuilder do deadlifts. They do isolation workouts. They isolate muscle groups. They don't do that. So really work on your core strength. I think deadlifts is good, but don't go crazy on the weight. Just get the movement down. It's more important to get the movement down than anything. You're an entertainer, says low to high. So what's the fastest Ford in Florida? I don't fucking know. What a question. Cobra Jet Electric hit A2 at 170. Shee, that's fast. Guys, is there a video somewhere? Let me see. Let me go to Instagram. Let me see electric Cobra Jet. Let's see if someone has video of it on SET. How old is this video? Listen to this thing. 8:37. I'm sorry, guys. You can say that's soulless. It's fast. Oh, it's soulless. It's fucking fast. David Jaffrey coming in on 2 Power with his attempts of being funny and Mexican. Eliza says, thank you, sir. Your posture matters a lot also. Yes, sir. Deadlifts and squats are great. They are. You need a weight bench touching the wall. Are base turbos good on a Hellion kit? Yeah, sure. I mean, they're going to be fine. I don't know the size. Are they 62, 66s or something like that? Or 50-somethings? I'm not 100% what their base turbos are. Squats, deadlifts, literally lift your chest. Use trap bar so you're not bent over. Yes. Yes, he's 100% right. Thank you, sir. Gotcha. Thank you, brother. Joshua Atkins. Ford Performance posted it on IG. Ford Performance posted it on IG. Thank you very much. Ford. God damn it. This new keyboard is fucking me up. So let's look at Ford Performance's posts. Is this SCT? I don't know.
And you can talk while it runs. Good move off the starting line.
See, it could really benefit, in my opinion, more from like super dumb prep and drag radio. Yeah, that's cool. But man, it looks like it's look at that. Holy shit. 812 171. Guys, suck on that. That's actually, is it a drag radio? I think that is a drag radio. No, that's a Goodyear slick or a Mickey Thompson. Yeah, it's a Mickey Thompson slick. Yeah, they got some separation. They got a badass wheelie bar. I'm telling you, more separation or more anti-squat, no wheelie bar. Keep that front end down. Get the badass 60-foot. Boy, 8-1. God damn it, guys. You can say it's soulless all you want. It's the future. Sorry. That electric Cobra Jet has a motor mated to a Turbo 400. Yes, we know. Sounds like the Jetsons, wheels up. What do ICE cars with 1,400 horsepower runs? I don't know what he's talking about. The fastest Ford in Florida has never seen the track. Okay. Alex, can you make a channel dedicated to reviewing starters? Good shit. Good shit. That tire slap is noticeable. Your mom says, made my own low mount twin turbo kit with custom headers and Chinese choo-choo boys on a 19 Mustang on a normal adult budget. What is the next bang for the buck to make it even faster? Made 780 on 93. Wow, you're looking to blow your car up. You are looking to blow your car up. 780 on 93 without an additive? Boy, I cannot even talk to you. I love you. 780 on 93. I'm not saying it did make the power. I'm just saying that shit's going to blow up. Just my car had ringland failure, I believe. I still have to do a compression test. That's like, I got to do that during the week. I got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm going to, and I got shows every day those days. I'm going to try after work to do a compression test on the Mustang and do some cold air stuff on the red car. I got to start pumping the videos out because, guys, it's just, my life has gotten so freaking busy with work that I don't want to neglect the video making on the channel. I don't want to just rely on the chats. Updates on the red car, suspension mods, and when you hit the track. I am not hitting the track at all because it is over 90 degrees and humidity is ridiculous. Going to the track is worthless and useless during the summer in Florida. So the car is going to go back on street duty. I'm going to put some street wheels on it, put the passenger seat back on, and I'm just going to enjoy the car until racing season comes here, which is about late September, early October. You never know the fastest cars because they're no-time cars. Exactly. Who knows? The fastest cars, they run no prep, no time, and they race you for money. They don't give a fuck about times. You never know. Oh, got that. It ain't gonna last, that's for sure. Mini Bike Madman says, it ain't gonna last. What's not gonna last? That electric car? Why wouldn't it last? What are the wear items on that car? Can we get It's Over Johnny sound clip from Rambo? I already did David Jeffrey. David Jeffrey, you're coming in a little too high power. But the other YouTubers say it's okay to make 100 on pump gas. He said 780 on pump gas. That's just too much. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'd love to see what the knock sensors are doing during that. All you need to get is one bad batch of pump gas. And at that power level, it explodes. Now, if you're putting an additive in it, okay, you're a little safer, but I still wouldn't recommend it. But Alex, you're supposed to use every second of your free time making videos for us. You no longer have free time. I have literally no free time. Today, I got to go down to Miami. Mini Bike Man, no, the 798 horsepower. No, the 798 horsepower 93. Oh, electric Cobra Jet and Cheetos released elotes flavor. The future is now. Cheetos elote flavor? Cheetos actually came out with an elote flavor? That sounds disgusting. Like mayonnaise, paprika, corn. Mayonnaise and paprika, corn. Listen, that's what's an elote. A lot of people be like, oh, elotes are delicious they're refreshing on a hot day. I'm like, refreshing? What part of this looks refreshing to me? Guys, it's mayonnaise. One more time, guys. Mayonnaise. You want to die? Oh, look, they put it in a cup. Elote in a cup. Because that's awesome. We talked about being fat and a racer. I have never had this. And I'm never going to have this. Why? Because I don't want to be that guy at the track with a big old belly that has a YDB t-shirt stretched out to its last thread talking about how I'm strong or I can deadlift this. Guys, this is fucking disgusting. It might look good, but when I know that it's mayonnaise with paprika, basically, you guys are fucking insane for liking this stuff. And don't get mad if you look down at your gut and you can't see your dick. And then you're like, oh, Alex doesn't know shit about food. Look down at your gut. Can you see your dick? Look down. Can you see your dick? Straight down, straight shot at your dick. Just look straight down. Can you see your dick? If the answer is no, stop eating elotes. What happened to the shop you was getting? Maybe you can put your gum in there. Jim? The guy never called me back. Legitimately had a deal. Have money. Here you go. Last month security deposit. Fucked with me. Never called me back. I got a girl that's going to look at it. She wants in there. Oh, you got automotive. Oh my God. Fuck all that. He's probably using a 1320 certified dyno, so it makes 500, not 780. Nice. Mayonnaise is oil and egg whites whipped. Big deal. Exactly. You don't see me eating mayonnaise on anything. I don't have like just mayo for the hell of it. And the amount of mayonnaise on a piece of corn is disgusting. Stop it. Look down. Can you see your dick? You still chilling with maintenance girl? Maintenance girl's in the she's orbiting the planet. You know, she's around, but no, I haven't hung out with her in a bit. Corn is basically a tracer round. Oh, fuck. Alex, looking at getting a CJ intake. What throttle body for cold air should I run? Full bolt-on cams, Gen 1. Okay. I would get a CJ65 throttle body, a Ford Racing Cobra Jet 65 new if possible. I would do the Ford Racing intake or a PMAS if you can get that. And if you can swing LU47 injectors and running E85, that car is going to run really well with cams. CJ setup, Ford Racing cold air intake and throttle body, and E85. It's going to be a good time. Michael Mark says, I'm good. I'm good. Exactly. I'm good. Slow up from 50 says, that's the reason I just drive an overweight truck. What's another 40 pounds? Chris G says, looks delicious. You ain't a real Mexican, bro. Yeah, cool. Cool. I'm okay not being a real Mexican. They have since traded me. The Mexicans have traded me from the Mexican team to like a free agent. Alex is a free agent. He don't like elotes, so he's a free agent right now. Chris G, he's Puerto Rican. Puro pinche tostones y lechon. Yep, that's right. It's all about the pork and tostones. Maniac S550 says, Alex, I don't want to sound like a dumbass, but will manifold change affect boost level? That's actually a very good question. What is boost? It's a measure of restriction, right? The best way I could put it is this. If you have a small exhaust, let's say I got 10 PSI, Paxton setup, inch and 7/8 headers, 3-inch exhaust all the way back, free flowing, and the car measures 10 PSI at the manifold. Let's say I get a 1.25" primary header and a 1-inch exhaust all the way to the back. Boost will go up at the manifold, but the power output will go down. So a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think, well, if it requires you 20 PSI on a TVS to make 1,000, why does it only require you 14 PSI on twin turbos to make 1,000? It's all about restriction. Obviously, different power adders, but if that's the best way I could put it. If you choke the exhaust, if you choke the air going out on a boosted car, boost will go up, power will go down. If you increase the exhaust volume leaving the car, boost will go down, power output will go up. So if you have an intake manifold that has a less restrictive design, as long as the restriction underneath it, exhaust and everything is similar, boost should go down slightly, very slightly. Why would anyone want to be a real Mexican? Jesus Christ. And look, looks like something you can get from Whataburger. Exactly. 780 was an accident at 10 pounds. Keep it under 7 pounds. AMS ramp overshoots boost ramps. Gotcha, your mom. Yeah. Keep it low, and you're gonna be in for a nice long time. Damn, Trujillo getting racist. David Jefferson says, do you still have the Boston Red Sox hat from the YOLO? Yes. It is flat as fuck, but I keep it. It is all fucked up, like ragged out. And I can't find that hat anymore. It's a Boston Red Sox hat with a Nike logo on the side. I can't find that hat anymore. That's the only one that fit well. Centrifugal versus twin screw on a Gen 1 street car. I would do a TVS or a twin screw, whether it be a Kenny Bell, Whipple, or a TVS. I just like the power delivery better of that versus a centrifugal supercharger. Latinos are in style right now. It's not an election year, so blacks are on the shelf and Asians stock went low for COVID. Big sell-off. Latinos hot. Buy. So if we were a commodity, we're up. Patino likes it. Hunter Walker says, what would be the difference between free-flowing exhaust versus inch 7/8 headers as far as boost goes for a Century car? Couple of PSI? No, not a couple of PSI. I'm talking maybe a half a PSI, maybe a half or a quarter. Not something so measurable that it makes a huge difference. 2 PSI could be like 30 horsepower, depending on the application, timing, and whatever. But no, not 2 PSI from exhaust mods. No way. I don't think you're going to go down 2 PSI or up 2 PSI. Alex, is it fine to run LU47s with 16 Paxton on 93? So, Roush kits, Roush Gen 2 kits came with 47s, but they were limited in RPM to about 6,800, like 6,800 RPM. So, technically, while you can run LU47s on that, I wouldn't, because you're not going to limit your car to 6,800 RPM. You're going to want to rev it to 7,800. You're going to run out of fuel injector at that RPM and boost. So if I were you, I would minimum get 52s or 1314 GT500 injectors, or just splurge a little bit and get 1,000cc injectors to have plenty of headroom, because you want to buy the injector once. You want to buy 52s and then say, I want boost. Now I got to buy thousands. Or I want E85, so now I got to buy thousands. So just get the thousands, whether they're D-Truck 95s, FIC 1000Hs, in my opinion, are the best value, and the data is very good. I've seen more FIC injectors on Mustangs lately, probably because of the price point. The push, people like me, VMP, and other people are pushing FIC stuff, and you don't need injector dynamics injectors to make power. 1440s are their new hot injector. I really like their 1440 because some people don't need a 1650, and their drivability on 1650s with pump gas isn't great. 1440s on pump gas will be fine. 1440s can make way over 1,000, 1,100 on E85 as long as you have the proper fuel system. So 1440s to me are like the ones to get, but if you can't swing that, thousands are fine. So buy the injector once, in my opinion. That hat keeps him grounded. Stay humble. Would I pick up power? Would I pick up power with headers? Yeah, you'll pick up power with headers for sure. For sure, you'll pick up power with it. Don't think of like losing boost as losing power. Losing boost means you're restricting the air pump less. I wish I could have a little, like, I'm not that smart, but I wish I had like a little small version of an engine that's like an air, just literally an air pump, right? What I would do is I'd have a regulator, right? So have 90 PSI coming in, regulate that down, right? And then have a valve open and see what the air pressure is, right? And then I slowly start to close the valve and you see air pressure go back up. And think of that as boost. You know what I mean? You think of that as like, I am restricting the exhaust, so boost is going up. And it is the most simple air pump, basically. Alex, is Van Norris a new Lund customer, or has he always been there? He mentioned Lund in his last video. He's always been a Lund customer as far as I know. He's been a Lund customer since 2-3 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken. What turbo kit would you recommend for a Coyote swap? I know that Motion Raceworks sells a Coyote swap kit. Yeah, Motion Raceworks sells a Coyote swap turbo kit. Now, if you just want to get it for the sake of getting it, this is probably something I would look at if I were you. This is a turbo header kit. I'm sorry. Let me. Don't they have a full kit? Oh my God, Cletus McFarlane edition. Oh yeah, he bought into that shit. Motion Raceworks, Coyote Swap. This is Facebook. Okay. Coyote Swap single turbo kits has been so this was April 14th, 2019. And this is what they have for a Coyote Swap Fox body turbo kit. And there you go. That's what it looks like. And you could probably make 1,000 with it. No problem. And there's cold side. There's the blow-off valve and the intercooler. Kind of small of an intercooler. I would upgrade that for sure if you could. But yeah, there you go. This give you a heads, and it has supports for the intercooler. Yeah, look at that. So it looks like good stuff. So if you want to get a Coyote Swap kit fairly priced, in my opinion, Motion Racework stuff, it's pretty decent. And remember, there's a good FIC and trash FIC though. Clinic, not connection. Exactly. FIC is fuel injector clinic. Fuel injector connection. I personally don't support an injector. What turbo kit would you recommend? Got that. Alex's van, got that. That's what I got. Got that. Michael Merck. And remember, there's a good FIC. Got that. We can 3D print you one. Okay. Have you seen the Mac cat delete versus actual header argument on power? I would just do the header. I'm not gonna start co-signing on cat deletes. That word should not even be said anymore. That word should be stricken from the dictionary. Cat delete. I get headers. I know what headers do. I'm not gonna sit there and start arguing with somebody that sells a delete over a header. An 1 7/8 primary with free flowing exhaust, in my opinion, is always gonna be better. Huron Speed has a Coyote swap turbo kit. Great. I never heard of them, but I'll take Huron Speed. Who are they? Because I don't know them, so I don't like start co-signing on stuff because some people are fuck boys, bro. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying I am not gonna co-sign on people that I don't know. They got Coyote. They don't got Coyote anything. C5 Fox Body LS swapped. That's all they have. I don't see anything on their website about Coyote, so I'm not even going to hit them up. Love you. Can you use LU47s with a stock tune on a 12 GT? No. It'll run 20-something% rich. It is pulsing for like 19s or 20s or whatever they are, but you have a 47 on it. So you basically made a bigger hose pulsing for a smaller hose. It's not going to be a good time. Running a Gen 3R with a 69 and a 5% twin jet. Your opinion on moving to a larger throttle body, power gain worth it or stick with a TJ67? In my opinion, the moment you upgrade throttle bodies to like a mono blade, you're going to have drivability issues. I'm not saying it's not going to drive, but it's not going to drive as good as a TJ67. So if drivability is more important to you than power output, I would stick with the Twin 67. Someone says Huron Speed is legit. I will make that determination if I want to hit them up or not, or at least shout them out or not. I don't know them. I don't know them from anywhere. I didn't see any Coyote stuff. The only reason I say that is because I have co-signed on people blindly before, and they've become like the biggest fuckboys on the planet. Huron Speed might be super legit, but I don't know that. So I never heard of them, so I'd have to look into them. They do great value LS swap stuff. Gotcha. Good. Okay, that makes sense. Will the EPA visit shop that do EV swaps because they're still removing emissions parts? That's a very good question. EPA, are you going to visit a shop? If I electric swap my red car and make it a 800 pound-feet of torque, 800 horsepower Tesla swapped S550, am I under violation of the Clean Air Act? Because I have removed, manipulated, and altered the emissions components of that vehicle, even though it is for efficiency? Because if you say yes, then if you say no, if you're making the vehicle more efficient and put out less emissions, then we won't hit you up. Well, that's what I'm doing on E85, motherfucker. I am emitting less harmful contaminants into the air by swapping my gasoline-powered vehicle to a corn-based fuel. But you say that's tampering. You stupid motherfucker. Which top 3 specialist brand Mustangs you find are worth the money for upgrades you get? Oh, Roush or Shelby. I mean, there's only like 3, right? There's Celine, Roush, and Shelby, right? As far as I know. There's others, I'm sure, but I still like Roush being number 1. Why? Roush was offering cars with illuminators back in the day. I remember the Blackjack, the Hammer. Some of those came with 2.3 liter TVSs, illuminators, and they can make as much power as any Coyote could, given that you have the right fuel and the right injector. So, and it was a 3-valve, right, with illuminators. And then they came out with Coyote illuminators, 1101 illuminators equipped Mustangs. They handled better than any Shelby that came out. It was a better value, and the name was up there in terms of like, if I can get a 2014 Roush RS3 with an illuminator, that car is worth some money. And guess when it's going to be worth a lot more money? And I really hate to say this, but this is the truth. Hold on. Before I say the next thing, let me see. I want to make sure that it didn't happen already. Okay. Okay, no, he's still alive. If and when Mr. Jack Roush passes, which I do not hope it happens anytime soon, the value of that vehicle is going to go shee. So if I can get myself the last year 3-valve blackjack hammer, or a blackjack or a hammer, right? Or P51. And then a 14 Illuminator, high-end Roush RS3, the baddest bits they made. And if I can get myself into a Gen 2 RS3, I don't like what they did with the Gen 3 RS3. I think they screwed the pooch on that one. I think Roush really took a dump in everyone's fucking Cheerios with their shit-ass TVS version 2650 of the blower TVS. But anything Gen 2 and down, if you can get some Roush vehicles, pick them up. Pick them up. They're going to be worth big money when you know what happens. Is Amir, a lot of the questions are here pretty legit. No more comment of the week. Guys, this has been a great peasant chat. This has been, not only are there 330 people for a peasant chat on a Sunday morning, the questions are very good, very legit. I like it very much. Mike Tweedy says, just dropping in to say hi and channel support. Alex, I'm still laughing about the suck off man tunes comment. Lent for the win. Got to start the stream from the beginning. Have a great day, y'all. Mike Tweedy, thank you very much. Suck off man, exactly. Are you guys seeing the discrepancy between tested e-content and what the N-Gage learned? Yes, 100% of the time. And the N-Gage instructions actually tells you that the N-Gage does not learn it to 100% accuracy. So do not, I repeat, do not rely on the N-Gage percentage learned as an actual ethanol value. It's just not it. I just bought a used Vortec V3 for my Gen 3 with new 1050 injectors and a Lund N-Gage. How much is it to unlock the N-Gage? I just bought a used Vortec V3 for my Gen 3 1050 injectors and a Lund N-Gage. You got to email us and see if we can even unlock that N-Gage. Some N-Gages are not unlockable. Very productive, says Mini My Bad Man. Jeremy Webster. Around 780 on my Paxton 17 with 93 in boosting. That makes sense. 3.48 pulley with 12 PSI. Will upgrading my OPGs get me to 800 horsepower to keep it revved out higher with the same setup? That doesn't make any sense to me, Jeremy Webster. That doesn't make that I don't know at what point did people equate OPGs with more power because they can rev it higher. I don't know when that happened. The weak point of a Coyote Mustang is not the OPGs. It's the rod, right? So people go, oh, I've seen guys make 1,000. The OPG only slaps when you hit a limiter. It doesn't just automatically shred itself when it comes to RPM. It just doesn't appear. Like I have a Gen 3 Mustang. I beat the ever living shit out of it NA. And then when I put a Vortec in it, that bitch was seeing 8,000 all the time. Stock oil pump gears. So I don't know at what moment in Coyote history did people equate OPGs and more power because you can rev it higher. I don't understand that. Now, if you want to be safer, then go ahead, get billet OPGs. Alex, do you recommend billet OPGs? I don't recommend any OPG upgrade if it is not necessary. The only time I recommend an OPG upgrade is if you're going to have a lot of deflection on the crank, or if you're planning to live on the rev limiter for a very long time, or if you have a two-step. I tested at E70 and it registered on the N-Gage 84.7. So if you tested it at E70, Beckel Mark, it's E70. Now it's a race to get to the comment of the week before the live stream ends. Guys, with the Terminators asking questions. I have an 18 F-150 with a 10-speed 373s. Was looking to get a 350 manifold or an 18 GT manifold. Which one would you do? I've heard good things about both. I get either. The GT350 manifold in my red car made the most peak power, but average, it was about the same as an 18 manifold. So whatever's most available, which to me is going to be an 18 manifold, I would just get an 18 manifold. There's 08 stage 3 blackjack on Bring trailer now for sale. It sold. It sold. It was a nice ass car though. Gotcha. Madi, what's up, brother? I have a Circle D 4C in my Gen 2. Am I limited to a centrifugal supercharger when going boost with this torque converter? Any previous experience? Look, whatever it was spec'd out for is what it's going to be good for. Circle D is 99% of the time going to say you need to reflash that converter to get the most out of it if you get a supercharger setup. You can't just NA. Like I have a 6F converter. Can I get away with a 6F converter with a Vortec V3? Sure. Will it be optimal? No. Will it be fine? Yeah. So that's the thing. The reason the Fairmont ran the 870 the first time I went to the track is because everything was optimized for that power output. 373s, 4R200 hub, and a converter spec'd out for that weight, that CVS, that transmission, that everything. So that's why the parts have to be pretty damn perfect and lined out and spec'd for each other to get the most out of that car. Get the likes up, please. Thank you, guys. Right, I was just giving an example of the discrepancy understood by Merck, and I thought the 350 had the smoothest graph, and that's why you went with it instead of the 18. It did, and it was the most peaky, and I'm going to live in the 7,000 plus RPM range. That's why I picked that manifold. Okay, guys, it is 11 o'clock. I really appreciate everyone that tuned in today to watch the Pheasant chat. I'm really happy that you guys seem to be getting with it. It's a Sunday in the middle of summer, and we got peak about 330 people on. That's very, very nice. It's nice to see. So I will see you guys on Tuesday where we have the regular chat up. We'll have plenty of things to talk about, plenty of things. We'll talk about SET. We'll talk about things that happen. We'll talk electric Cobra Jet. We'll talk a little bit about everything, and we'll probably delve into more of the Model S stuff, unless EPA stuff happens in between now and Tuesday. So we'll talk more about that. For those of you that follow the other channel, I will see you guys tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We'll talk some stuff that's going on in my life right now. But for the rest of you guys, enjoy your Sunday. Thank you very much for tuning in and talking some shit with me on the Pheasant chat. Have a great Sunday. See you guys later.